While the cable bridge connects both the city of Pasco and the city of Kennewick, it once was the same bridge that separated the black community from the white community. That fire has calmed down a lot thanks to the fire department, and even in this freezing cold and freezing wind chill, they're still out there. Almost 100 people have shown up here to voice their support for Richland School District's decision to end the mask mandate. It was here that Richard Lanehart was parked, where 35 Longfellow students boarded the bus. There are so many people here, which really goes to show you how tight-knit the family of Fred Meyer is. El día sin inmigrantes. Estoy aquí con Zaira Sánchez y ella trabaja con la UFW. Hola, Zaira, ¿qué está pasando?
Hola, aquí estamos en el ojo de la acción.
So this is Mistletoe right here. She has a lot to say, as you can see. You can see it behind me. Yeah, Mistletoe, let's talk about those trees. Very different from those gusty winds we saw last week. Now, we do have that high pressure, and that high pressure is bringing us that fog and those clouds, which housed 64 inmates at one point, has since been shut down since COVID in favor of housing units that are more suitable for things like quarantine. It's really hard to see the lines. It's really hard to see the lanes. There are lots of snow plows out. Tacos in the morning, tacos in the evening, tacos for 2 whole weeks. The witness says that on this street, they saw a young man who looked to be about 11 to 14 years old take Sophia by the hand on the former Pasco police officer accused of killing a woman in Spokane in the 1980s. Well, he's now at home after just 11 hours of deliberating yesterday. Speaking of ringing in the new year, I'm ringing it in with style. Well, really, I'm just freezing. I'm freezing outside and inside the station because it is that cold. I just can't. So anyway.
He is just a terror, and wherever he goes, he leaves destruction, and someone is hurt.
Aaron Christopher Kelly.
A name Tri-Citians have come to know as the suspect arrested for the Fred Meyer deadly shooting in Richland. But to people like Bryant Scott, Kelly's former roommate and landlord, that name always meant something dark.
He's a manipulator. He's calculated. He plans everything out.
Scott put up cameras in his home because he was that disturbed by Kelly's behavior.
Go away.
He'll stake out places. He'll watch to see when people aren't home. He knew our habits.
Harassment, coming and going at odd hours of the night, and scare tactics.
We take our dresser and we put it in front of our door at night. And I even told the judge that when I tried to get him kicked out of my house for harassment, and I tried to get his pistol taken away.
He eventually had to sell his own home to get rid of Kelly. Scott even went as far as hiring private investigators, filing a civil harassment claim and a restraining order, which a judge denied. His odd and inappropriate behavior also got him banned from a local gym.
iPad or tablet videoing throughout the facility, which appeared to be videoing other members that made them uncomfortable.
Kelly would go to different locations of the same gym in the same day to film people and take notes of what they were doing, often wearing jeans, not workout clothes.
We realized that his bag was left behind in a notebook. It was a spiral notebook, and the page was open at that point. We noticed that on the front page of it, it had in large letters, "Kill," and also it appeared to be surveillance times or notation times of different random comings and goings of people, random different names that were in there, talking about what time they were leaving, what time they were walking out of the bathroom.
Fred Meyer here in Richland continues to be closed off because it is an active crime scene. Aaron Kelly is in Benton County custody, and his next arraignment will be February 23rd at 8:30 a.m. Now, for more information on Brian Scott's relationship with Aaron Kelly and his testimony documenting Aaron Kelly's behavior, you can head to our website. Live in Richland, I'm Xochitl Hernandez, NBC Right Now. Last night, I came across a protest organized by a small community of Cubans here in Tri-Cities.
Our people have no weapons. They're in the streets fighting for their freedom. And we're here trying to help them, the little people that we have here in Washington State, but we're here so they know that we're supporting them from all the way over here. Since
1959, Cuba has been under the communist rule of Fidel Castro. In 2006, it became his brother, Raúl Castro, who transferred power to now President Miguel Díaz-Canel. Now, Cubans have taken to the streets demanding he step down. COVID, a declining economy, growing animosity towards Cuban government, among other things, have reached the boiling point for many Cubans.
Well, I haven't reached my family because they took the internet out. There's no internet. They don't want us to know what's happening over there.
Cuban Tri-Citians I talked to say the only way they know what's going on in Cuba right now is through social media. Since Sunday night, even that's been cut off.
Hit the people, they're shooting the kids.
Protesters and military are clashing in the streets. President Biden shared his support for Cuba in a statement, but these protesters want actual intervention and help. As the electricity, internet, and food rations being withheld continue in Cuba, those here are trying to bring awareness to what's happening to their friends and family. Their goal is to have the United States intervene. Live in studio, Xochitl Hernandez, NBC, right now. I actually had the pleasure of going on a ride-along with the Pasco Police Department, who showed us some of the local roads and how they're doing in this snow.
The vehicle hit a patch of ice and it just started spinning, and she ended up there in the middle of the highway, and the semi couldn't stop, obviously.
Pasco officer Alejandro Michel has a friend who just lost his daughter in an accident near Spokane with all the snow.
A lot of things that were in play, like she was set to get married here this February, and obviously the mom is completely just, beat up over it.
Officer Michel reminds us that these driving conditions are to be taken seriously to avoid tragedy.
That should serve as a reminder to a lot of other people's loved ones, tell them to make sure and drive slow, right? Take your time. Like I said a little bit ago, take your time and get there safe.
In addition to driving slow, Officer Michel showed us how to keep plenty of distance between you and other cars.
Even right now, I've got about a car and a half length.
And to brake super slowly. If you find yourself in a car accident, of course, call 911.
85 dispatch.
35.
But if you are not in a serious accident, call non-emergency dispatch.
And you're not blocking traffic, you're not injured, definitely just call the non-emergency. If you're injured, if your vehicle's blocking the roadway, you should probably call 911.
Whether you're along for the ride or driving yourself, it's important to be safe.
Anytime that there's snow on the ground, right, try to plan, an hour ahead so that you don't have to drive so fast.
For more information and safety driving tips from Officer Michel, go to our website. Live in studio, Xochitl Hernandez, NBC, right now.